Now we are able to open, sir.
Yeah, from the other Wi-Fi only I'm able to open.
But IP is blocked, I guess, sir.
Hmm. But I even not able to open any other sites also, right? From that IP, not only
We will do one thing, sir. We were using other
communicating,
DNS, na?
other sites very right.
We were using other DNS,
Lit-
na? We will use Google DNS. Okay, this time. And we will set the same process. We will flush it and then restart the system and see, sir.
Let me check with that provider also.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Today we'll talk about the date functions because SCDs the dates are important, right? So what is the default date, especially in that Python? I want to extract the current system date. Maybe I want to set the date values, right? So what are the methods or classes are available in that Python, right? So we have different types of classes and I mean methods modules are available in that Python to get the especially the current system date. But if I want to get the current system date and time, right? System date and time, so we have to use the datetime module. From the datetime module, we have to use the datetime class, right? We'll use the no. Right. If you want to populate your effective from value, right? If you want to populate effective from value, or you want to populate some load date value, right? That it should be your current system date, right? You want to extract the current system date, right? We'll use the datetime.now function. Datetime.now function. The datetime not now function, it will give the your system current date. Your system current date it will provide. System current data it will provide means here Databricks server current data it will provide. Uh, Happily you can use this value to your variable, right? For example, start time, right? Right, print st right, print sm type of stm equal to right, datetime dot datetime. No, I don't want to set up my own value, right? From datetime import datetime. I don't want to use datetime two times, right? I want to use it only one time, right? You can use datetime dot, right? See that value. In this way, you can set up your own date value also. All right. Now here I'm using the now method, right? Now method it will give the current date type. I don't want to get the current date time. I want to set up my own value, right? I want to set up my own value. Then you can provide your date, month, year, month, day, hour, minutes. If you want, you can set up your hour minutes also. 12 o'clock, 45. If you want, you can set up your microseconds, seconds and microseconds also. You can set up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But if you try to add any zero, right? It's immediately highlighting the red color, right? The value should not prefix with the zero. Right? The value should not prefix with the zero. Hour, minute, seconds, even microseconds also, right? The value should not start with the zero. Especially this is the limitation in that Python. Right. The value should not start with the zero. Don't include any zero value, especially from the date time. Especially from the date time, we should not include. Maybe in case if you are getting any prefix zero, right? Then maybe you are receiving the data from some ADF or some XYZ process. if you're doing some datetime module from that Python, if your input contains maybe the microseconds contains 0, right? That initial value 0, then you should exclude and you can do the process, otherwise your process will fail. So that is a limitation in that Python. Okay. So what kind of functions are available? All right, stime, right? Let me extract stime. This is my value. I want to extract only year value. I want to extract only year value dot. You have the day. You can extract year value, even you can extract month value, even you can extract your day value also. All right. Now the data is available in your datetime variable, right? From the datetime variable, if you want to extract that individual information also, you can extract timestamp. If you want to extract the Unix timestamp value also, you can extract. So this is your Unix timestamp value. This is your Unix timestamp value. So this value, right? This value, right? Difference between your S time and the 1970 Jan 1st. It will provide the difference in the form of seconds, right? These things will use very frequently in the real time, right? In case if they wants to convert your date value into Unix timestamp, maybe in the form of the seconds, right? In the form of the seconds, that they want to generate some unique identity, right? Unique identity value, unique value, right? Maybe they may use that Unix timestamp. They may use that Unix timestamp. The value should be integer, right? They don't want to go with the data. The value should be integer, right? Then you can use the timestamp. If you're using the timestamp on your datetime variable, right? It will use the right some float value or integer value, right? This is seconds, right? This value is in the form of the seconds, but the difference between 1970 Jan 1st and your date value. Your date value, your date may be 2021 May 1st, right? From this timestamp difference and 1970 Jan 1st date value, or that is your seconds. That's the usage of the your timestamp value. That is the usage of the timestamp value. See s dot time dot tab. There is a from timestamp, right? From timestamp. So what is the usage of the from timestamp? Let me use that Unix timestamp value. That output let me use. If I want to convert into date, I want to convert into date, right, from these seconds, right, from that output, right. Now you are able to see the date value, right. In case you have the requirement, maybe in your requirement, you are receiving that Unix timestamp output, or at Unix timestamp output you are receiving, but you want to convert into the data. That you want to convert into the data, then we'll use the from timestamp value. We'll use the from timestamp value. We'll use the from timestamp value. So these two functions are very important. Timestamp and from timestamp is very important. Depends on your requirement. If your requirement you're receiving Unix timestamp value, you want to convert into date time, right? Then use the from timestamp, or you want to convert into the Unix timestamp, use the timestamp value. If you want to extract day separate, month separate, year separate, right, hour, minute, seconds, right, then you can use your datetime variable dot your day method, month method, and year method, hour, minutes, seconds also you can use to extract your value. Extract your value. Even from datetime, we have that import date also, date class also there. If you want to get your current date value, right? Only not timestamp, not timestamp. Then we have to use the date class. We have to use the date class. See? Now you're not able to see the hour, minute, seconds, right? Only you're able to see that year, month, day. Year, month, day, right? If you want to, you can set up your own date value also. Let's see. So this is your data 2020 12/31 because you are setting up this date into this variable, right? This variable belongs to date temp dot date class. This variable belongs to date temp dot date. Right. From this state also you can extract your year month day value. Year month day value also you can extract. But you can extract your year value, month value, day value also you can extract. So these are the different types of functions are available. You can set up, you can extract your own date values also. You can extract your own date values also. In the same way, we have the time module also available from date time, import to time module, import to time module. But hour, minutes, right? The default, I have not set up any value, right? If you want to, you can set up your own value also. Right. 10 hour, 45 seconds and 45 minutes and 1 second. If you want, you can use time 23. It is big, belongs to your time class. It is belongs to your time class. You can use time dot. But so these are the different functions are available. These are the different functions are available. If you want to extract your microseconds also, you can do microseconds. So the variable t, right? T dot microseconds. Right? If you want to extract a microsecond also, you can extract from your time. So the next important function, yes, I have the two dates. I have the two dates. T equal date 1 equal to date time 2021 so 5th 10 o'clock 45 minutes. This is my date 1. This is my date 2 equal to date time 2021 5 comma 1. These are my two values. I want to get the difference, d2 minus dt1. I want to get the difference. Right, see the difference in seconds. The difference in seconds. Let me execute dt1 minus dt2, lower minus higher, dt1 minus dt2. Let's see, negative rate. The difference is in the negative. The difference is in the negative. Always use higher minus lower data value. In that Python, always you can use that higher value minus lower value. So what's the requirement? I want to get the difference between these two dates. Right, the difference value, right, the difference, the result set is equivalent to seconds. The result set equivalent to seconds. Right, but see which class it is using the time delta class. It is using the time delta class. All right. If you are getting the output from the two dates, the difference, the result set equivalent to time delta. The result set equivalent to time delta. In case if you want 10 seconds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 4, 5, 6. See, now you're able to see the microseconds, right? But now you're able to see if you have the proper date time combination of hour, minute, second, microseconds, the result set is equal to time delta. It contains two attributes, second attribute to microsecond attribute. If you want to extract microsecond attribute, you can use the dot microseconds. If you want to extract only seconds, means you can extract only the seconds. But in this example, let me, I want to extract only the seconds. Yet 799. Right, 799. But especially in the real time, we'll use these methods very frequently, right? The step one, that initial the trigger of your notebook, right? The step one, right? I want to extract my notebook start time, right? Then end, you want to print the notebook end time. Then plus you want to calculate, right? This notebook took the completion time, right? In the form of the seconds. Maybe you want to take out that value, right? Maybe you want to take out that value. At that time, the date functions will help out, right? The date function, maybe you want to capture into your control table or a log file. So this entire notebook, the completion time, the start time and end time plus the completion time in the form of the seconds, right? In the form of the seconds, right? The step one, you will take a start time, right? Start time equal to date time dot print notebook execution. This is your start time, right? You want to capture end time. What is the next one? Right. Let me capture ET time, ST time. the notebook completion time in seconds, right? The overall the notebook completion time in seconds, you want to capture this value, right? After start time here, you will perform your process, right? But basically your logic, your code, right? It could be ACD type 1 or ACD type 2 or your upset logic or your regular ETL processing, right? Regular your ETL processing. But here you will perform your all your ETL processing. It may take maybe 10 minutes or 15 minutes or 1 hour 30 minutes. But I want to capture that information. Because from that ADF we can extract, right, with the help of that API calls, from that ADF pipeline we can extract the start time end time value. But how can I extract the notebook start time end time value? Explicitly we have to provide this information. At that time here data functions will help out. Data functions will help out. Let me halt my process. ETL, right? This function is very important. Time dot sleep. In case if you want to hold your process, right? If you want to hold your process n number of seconds, right? N number of seconds, we'll use time module. From the time module, we'll use the sleep method. Right? Let me use the 60. Let me use the 60 seconds. Means your completion time should be 60. Right? Because your entire ETL process is taking the 60 seconds, right? Your ETL processing is taking the 60 seconds, right? Let me put again process completed. Let me mention. Let me use one more time sleep command. 45 seconds. Okay. Let me execute. Let's see. Already your notebook took 105 seconds. This your notebook started. This if you want to showcase this information into your log, you can display or you can use the logger, Python logger methodology. Otherwise, you can use the print statement. Right, but you want to compare this notebook, the time taken process, right, in the seconds, right? Then you can take, you can showcase the difference between the start time and end time, right? The start time and end time, right? The result set in the form of the seconds. Clear, right? So the sleep command, right? The sleep command is used to hold your process, 45 seconds. Otherwise, you can use like this also from time import sleep. If you direct only that module, right, not your method, right, then you can use the time dot sleep. Now you're importing your module as well as your method. Then no need to use the time dot sleep, right? No need to use the time dot sleep. Directly you can use the sleep only. Directly you can use the sleep method. Clear, right? The difference. Any doubts in the difference? Why I'm using the dot seconds? Because I want to showcase the overall that process took time, right? I want to convert into the seconds. That's why we're using the dot seconds, because here time delta contains only the two values, seconds and microseconds. Again, it is kind of tuple, right? From the tuple, I want to extract the seconds information. If I want to extract the microseconds, right, then I will use the dot microseconds. If you want to convert into the minutes, then you can go and do the calculation by 60. Right? By 60, then it will convert into that minutes. Any doubts? Then we have the some time delta function. We have the time delta function. If you observe the date 1 minus date 2 or date 2 minus date 1, right, the result set is equivalent to time delta class, right? So what is the usage of the time delta class? What is the usage of the time delta class? If you want to add number of days, you want to add, you want to subtract number of days or weeks, hours, minutes, seconds, right? Then we'll use the time delta function. We'll use the time delta function. For example, a equal to, let me import first from date time, import time delta equal to time delta weeks equal to 1 week, days equal to 10 days, 1 hour. Let me check the type also. See, now your time delta is not having the proper date value, right? It is you're feeding 17 days, 1 hour, 0 minute, and 0 second, right? 0 hour and 0 minutes. It is belongs to the data type time delta. So what is the usage of? Means if you want to add this value to your date, if you want to add your values to your date, right? For example, what is your date? We have that s time, right? Right, we have that s time, right? S time plus a. Let's see, before display s time, current s time, comma a. Let's see, what is your date? May 1st, right? May 1st, right? Second hour, 37 seconds, and your a value 17 days. What is the requirement? My requirement, I want to add 17 days, 1 hour to the system, right? Now, the first May 1st, you're adding 17 days, right? It is giving to May 18th. May 18th. You're adding 1 hour also, right? Then it is a third hour, 37 minutes, 25 seconds. The default here, 749940, your microseconds. So the time delta function is used to add number of days or weeks, hour, minutes, seconds to your date value. If you want, you can do the subtraction also. If you want, you can do the subtraction s10 minus a. S10 minus a. If you want, you can do the subtraction also. If you want, you can do the subtraction also. Like it is equal to the Oracle, right? Sysdate, sysdate plus or sysdate minus, sysdate plus or sysdate minus, like your add once function also, right? Add once function also means if you want, you can add or you can subtract. But here we can use that weeks or days. Alright, you should convert into the your months into the weeks, then you have to use. That is the usage of the time delta function. Not only for your time values, you can set, I mean, you can set up your own days, right? Days, if you want to extract from X days to X days minus Y days also, you can use the time delta function. Alright, let me use the same value. Alright, let me take the B value. Let me take the B value. Let me remove. Alright, let me remove. Days equal to hours equal to 1. Right? A comma B. Now both are having the proper time delta value. Right? Proper time delta value. Let me use A minus B. Okay, what is the output? Right? The days equal to 7. Right? The days equal to 7. Because you are subtracting from A minus B. Means A contains 7 days plus 10. Right? 17 days. 17 days minus 10. 7 days. Right? 1 minus 1 hour. 0 hour. Right? Your output is equivalent to 7 days because you are subtracting from A minus B, but A and B both are not datum data types. Both are part of your time delta. Both are means you are feeding your weeks and days to your variable, right? If you want to subtract these values from the datum, right? Just simply can use the datetime minus your time delta value. Time delta value. Well, maybe you want to go back 1 week, right? You want to go back 1 week. Directly you can use weeks equal to 1, right? For example. Right. This is your current timestamp, right? This is your current timestamp. Then you can use the time delta weeks. Right. You want to go back the last week, right? You want to go back the last week, right? You can use the time delta function. You can use the time delta function. Right. If you want, you can use the total seconds also. Alright. You can convert into the total seconds from your time delta. A is a time delta, right? It contains 1 week, 10 days, hours, right? This entire value you want to convert into that seconds, then you can use the total underscore seconds value. Total underscore seconds value. Clear, right? The time delta you can add or you can subtract the days or weeks, hours or minutes and seconds to your datetime value. The time delta functions are very frequently will use, especially if you want to perform some weekly refresh or monthly refresh. At that time, the time delta function will help out. Right. Next, let me talk about some formatting. Right. Let me talk about some formatting. Right. Import data. For example, my as time datetime data now function print stem. So this is your date value. Right? This is your date value. I want to extract in this format year, month, day, hour, minute, seconds. Right? I want to convert into the year, month, day, or maybe I want to convert to mmdd Right? Maybe I want to convert to dd hyphen mm hyphen why I want to convert. But how can I convert? Alright, but your default is this is a format, right? Your default timestamp is YYY hyphen mm hyphen dd HHMM SS dot your microseconds, right? Dot your microseconds. What is your requirement? My requirement, I want to convert into my own format. Especially in the Oracle, if you want to convert your dates into your own format, right? We use the to underscore char function, right? To underscore char function convert your dates into your own the specific characters. But now my stime is equivalent to the datetime data type. But I want to convert into my own format. I want to convert into my own format. Then we'll use str f type string format time, converting dates into string, converting dates into string. strf time, strf time, converting your date time into string. But with the help of that strf time, with the help of that strf time, let me use stime dot tab. There is a strf time, right? There is a strf time, right? Which format you want to convert? Right, let me use the percentage by 2021. Right, percentage m 05 percentage d year month day. Right, year month day. Percentage m percentage. It see 03 10054. I think percentage f format seconds. 070698. If you want to convert your data value into integer, right? Your data value into integer, right? We'll use this format: capital Y equivalent to year, small m equivalent to month, small d equal to day, capital H, capital M, capital S is hour, minute, second, small f equal to your microseconds. You can convert into your own format, right? You can convert into your own format also. You can convert. Right? If you want, you can give hyphen also. Percentage Y hyphen. Sir, Y hyphen. Let me use the slash. Right? If you want, you can give YYY slash mm slash dd. Right? Hour, minute, seconds. Right? Microseconds also. If you want, you can give. If you want, you can remove your wish. Depends on your form. It is equivalent to your to underscore char function. Right? It is equivalent to your to underscore char function. Right? For example, I'm generating one file. Right? I'm generating one file. Let me create. Okay, I want to generate one file. Right? File name equal to. Right? File name equal to. The file name should be. Right? The file name should be emp underscore emp underscore then year month day hour minute seconds dot csv dot csv. But how can I convert it? How can I convert it? Right? For example, strf10 percentage y percentage m percentage d percentage hour percentage minute seconds. Right now your output is equivalent to integer, right? Then place dot csv. This is your file name, right? This is your file name. Maybe you want to capture your file name path. File path. File name store slash tables slash tables slash. Right here we should use str. Let me execute. We'll see. Right. Let me display the my file path information. Now you have generated the file, right? Now you have generated your file. All right. Let me use my dbutils dot fs dot put command. Let me generate some dummy data. All right. Path. Right. Employee ID, employee name, salary, carriage returns, line feed 101, A 500, carriage returns, line feed 102, B 700. Right. dbutils dot fs dot head. What you're doing, I want to create one file. I want to create one file, right? In this location, that file store table em, because basically I want to create this file into my Databricks file system, right? Into my Databricks file system, right? EID ename 101 A500 102 B700. Let me go and check inside the Databricks file system whether the file has been created or not. File store tables, right? This is a file .csv only, right? Your creator, right? If you want to generate your own timestamp, right? Your own timestamp, at that time datetime functions will help out. That strftime will help out. Strftime will help out. Clear, right? Okay. So opposite, right? That opposite to underscore date function. What is the usage of to underscore date function? Convert string data into the dates. But your data is, I mean, your data is date for, I mean, date value only, but not data type, right? Your physically, your data, right? It is equivalent to date value, but not date data type, right? Not data type. If I'm executing type of stem, type of stem, right? It is a datetime, right? It is a datetime. If I'm converting this value, right? If I'm converting, let me convert. It is equivalent to str, right? Yeah. That s time is belongs to date time, data type. The CDD is belongs to str because you're using the which function string format. You're converting this output into string. You're converting that output into string. Right, str. Right. Print. CDD. Right. 2021. Right. The second data type will belongs to date time. The third data type will belongs to str because you're using the string format time, right? Converting your date time into strings. So what is it opposite? Maybe the data is, right? For example, date value. This is my date value, right? This is my date value. What is the format? Maybe 10th, right? 10th. The month is 5th. 2090. 2090. Right. Let me see the date value, comma, type of date value. Type of date value. Right now, this is belongs to str. Right now, this is belongs to str. Let me use the date v dot tab. Now you are able to see string functions, right? Right. You're able to see string function, not date functions, right? Not date functions. Let me use year value. All right. str object has no attribute year. Why? This is a date value only, right? Yes, this is the date value, but the data type is belongs to str. The data type is belongs to str. But how can I convert this data type str to date time? All right. How can I convert this date value to date time? Because that value is available in the date, but I want to convert into the date time, right? I want to convert into the date time. Right. Then we'll use that date v dot str p time. Is date time dot str p time. Str p time. Which value you want to, sir? Yeah, parse rate. Yeah, this is value, right? You want to convert into, right? You want to convert into percentage d hyphen percentage m hyphen percentage y. Let me execute. Right now, see, it is equivalent to date time. It is equivalent to date time. Let me use date value 1. Right, date value 1. Let me use date 1 dot here. Now I'm able to extract it. But I'm able to extract from this variable. I'm not able to extract because this variable is belongs to string. Now this variable is belongs to date type. This variable is belongs to date type. This is equivalent to 2 underscore date function. It is equivalent to 2 underscore date function. But you want to convert your string into date time data type, right? Then we'll use the string strp time. P means parsing, right? You're parsing your string into datetime module. F time means that is a formatting, right? You're formatting datetime into string. Here the opposite, string into datetime, string into datetime. But the format should be the same. Whatever the data is available, right? The same format only will convert. The same format only will convert. For example, let me use percentage y, percentage n, percentage d. Right? Does not match format, right? Your data is does not match with your format. The data is does not match that format. First convert into the date time, then on top of it, if you want to convert into the your own format, then you can use the strf time. Then you can use that strf time. You can use that here strf time. Right? Because your data dd hyphen month hyphen year, right? The same format you should convert. But in this example, I'm converting to my own format. The error message, the data, your input data does not match with your target format. If you are looking for the target format, right? Target format, what you will do? First, convert your string into date time. From the date time, again, you can use that strf time, convert into your own format. Convert into your own format. Clear, right?
If our input string doesn't have that slashes, dash, something, hyphen, If you remove that hyphen from the input string,
Your wish, that is your, you can do anything.
this is the work.
Then 0 effect 201. Why it's giving hyphen? I should execute, right?
Yes. Okay.
Right. But the value should be equivalent to data. You should not put, for example, right, for example, let me change that value. 31st example. What is the message?
One should not 30.
Right. Right. Now you're able to, right? Because I'm converting the first value equivalent to month, the second value equivalent to day, the third value equivalent to year, right? 10 month 31 day 2019 year. Clear, right?
Fine.
Because Python will understand, okay, maybe the first value 10, right? Yes, between 1 to 12, right? The value is available. But 31, between 1 to 31, yes, true. The next is the year. The next is year. Clear, right? STR important because in the real time we'll generate our target file names. Maybe they want to append with year, month, day, hour, minute, seconds, right? At the time STRF time will help out. Or plus if you want to capture a notebook start time, end time also, those functions will help out. Any doubts?
Fine.
Okay, super. Then we'll talk about one requirement. Or let me start with SADs. Let me start with SAD type 4. Last time, where is the upset logic? Right, in this notebook, I want to include my start time and time. Right. So last time we discussed the same file, right?
Yes, sir. No.
So what is our requirement? The step one, we should include your notebook start time, right? Right. Which command will use? From date time import to date time, right? Import to date time. Right. Notebook start time equal to date time dot now function. This is my notebook start time. So what is the next? Right now I want to include the start time value. I want to include the start time value in my target system. In my target system. Right, in my target system I want to include. Right. But your target is, I mean, so your source is not having the start time, right? Your source is not having the start time, but your target you want to include, right? Your target you want to include. Then we can use df underscore src equal to df underscore src dot, with column we can use, right? Let me use some load date. Then I can use the let function, right? Right. I can use the let function. Right. From PySpark dot SQL dot functions. Which function? Import lit. Right, import lit. Now, at my df underscore src contains your source columns as well as your timestamp value, right? As well as your timestamp value, right? The rest of the logic is same, right? The rest of the logic is same. We can extract tgt dot star from tgt, join condition same. Here, source contains 4 columns, target contains also 4 columns. The product, right? Let me delete the second file. Let me change my target path also. AIC. Let me put some product folder. Let me put some product folder. Right now where we have done that hard code. Let me execute. Right. Let me execute all the cycles. Let me add my notebook start time and time also in the last. If you want, you can capture that variable. The timing I'm not capturing the variable, just I'm displaying only. Notebook end time. Right, seconds. Let me go and execute. Let me see. Alright. The completion time is 17 seconds. We are completed. Source to target system. That's source to target system. Let me read the data. Spark data, read data, format, CSV, option. Let me see dot. What is the location? Tables, AIC folder. So inside the product. Right. Display is there. Now you're able to see the proper load date value, right? Now you're able to see the proper load date value. All right. Both are same timestamp, right? 336, right? 336, right? Let me execute my source data also. What is your source data? df underscore src data. df underscore src. df underscore src data display. Let the same timestamp, right? Same timestamp. Let me upload the new file. Right. File inbound. Right, product 28. Right. Let me upload the 29th file. Tables file bound. Tables file bound. Let me upload product file, right? Product 29. Let me delete 28th file. Now 29th file. Let me process this file. Let me process, right? If you're doing the process, right? If any change on this record, the load date will be the latest. If there is no change, the load date should be old one, right? The load date should be old one. So 336.25, right? We should see the difference for no change record. Right, 341, right? 341 is the latest. See the difference. 336, there is no change. 341, right? 341, you have the two records, right? 107 and Apple. 107 Apple means there is no change in the, I mean, these are completely new feed. These are completely new feed. No changes in the this new feed, right? No changes in the new feed. Let me modify the data product. Product. Let me upload file inbound. Let me delete 29th file. Let me execute my process. That notebook completion time in the 11 seconds. Right. Let me arrange the data. Let's see. The 106 record, there is no change, 336. Then 107 or there is no change, 341. Apple, no change. The latest two records, the change is 344. Right. If you want, you can include one audit column, right? The load date, right? It will help out when this record is arrived into your data lake system, right? When this record is arrived into your data lake system. If you want, you can introduce some additional columns also. Right? Maybe these are the audit columns, right? It will talk about your timestamp value, right? Timestamp when this record arrived into your data lake system, right? It may help out, right? On top of it, you can do the some analytics also, like per day, how many records we are extracting, right? Or in the month, how much data volume has been increased. It may help out your business also, right? But if you want to perform these things, definitely we need one date value. Definitely we need one date value, right? Now I want to capture one log file. We'll add one more exercise, right? We'll do one more simple logic, right? Now each and every execution, I want to generate one log file. I want to generate one log file. That log file should contains, right? The log file should contains file name, but the log file should contain file name, source name, source file name, or source dataset name, target name, right? Source count, target count, right? Source count, target count, execution type. Execution type. But I want to capture these 6 records, right? These 6 columns. I want to capture these 6 columns into one log file. That log file should be, right? The log file should be kind of custom log, right? The file name underscore, right? The current timestamp. The file name underscore the current timestamp. So we'll create one log file. Let me take this structure. Right, what is the requirement? My requirement after completion, right? After completion of my notebook. So my process completed here, right? So what is my requirement? I want to create one df underscore log file. df underscore log. Right. Spark dot create data frame. Schema equal to, right? Schema equal to file name this is your schema, right? This is your schema information. So this is your schema information. But what about your list, right? You have to provide the list value, right? What is the first one? File name, right? File name anyway, I will get it from my product. The source name, right? The source name also could be the same thing, right? Product only. The target name also the same, product file only, right? The source name and the target name both are same. Otherwise, let me give the source path. Let me give the source path, the target path. Right? Source file name, right? Product source path I want to capture, target path I want to capture, the source count, the target count, source count and the target count, and that execution time, right? Source count and the target count. Then I want to capture that execution time. Right now I'm creating into the data frame. But what about my value? You have to create one list, right? Data list equal to, right? Data list equal to, what is the file name? File name, we'll get it from file name. The first one, the file name. What is the second one? Source path, right? The second one is the source path. This is your source path. About target path, right? Write operation, where is the write operation? Df dot write. This is your target location. This is your target location. Next, the source count, target count, right? Source count to target count. DFS underscore src dot count. Right, comma. What is your target count? Right. Post completion of your loading, right? Post completion of your loading, you should read the data from your target. That on top of it, you should extract the current timestamp, right? The current timestamp. For time being, I'm taking into the df underscore offset count. So this count definitely it will give the inconsistency. For timing, I'm taking only this record. df underscore target count. What is the start time? What is the start time? Start time. Where is the start time? File name, source path, the target path, the counter. Right. Now this is the list, right? This is your list, data list. Right, data list. And this is your list. Now you're creating into the your data frame. So what is the next? From this data frame, you want to write the data to your target system, right? You want to write the data to your target system. What is your target system, right? Then you have to generate your log path, right? File store, custom logging, right? Custom logging. Next, you should provide your object name, right? You should provide your object name. What is your object name, right? File name. This is your object name. Inside that object name, want to create a, right? You want to create a year, month, day, hour, minute, seconds, right? So what your value? You have NB start time is there, right? NB start time dot str f time, right? Str f time. Let me use percentage y, percentage m, percentage d, percentage h, percentage m, percentage s. This is your folder, right? This is your folder. Next, I want to capture, right? I want to capture, right? So .csv file or .csv file, emp, right? Emp logger.csv, right? Emp logger.csv. So this is your log path information, right? What is the df underscore log dot write operation we can use, right? Df underscore write operation dot format csv, right? Dot format csv dot option header equal to true. Dot save. This is not required, right? And it will create the part file, right? Log path, right? Here log process started, right? Right. If you want, you can display the log path also in your output print. All right. Let me go and execute. That is completed. Log path location completed. 14 seconds. I think there is no change, right? let me go and see inside the file store custom login, right? Custom login, product folder, date, right? You're able to see the two-part files, but you're able to see the two-part files. Let me create only one log file. All right, let me delete and re-execute. dbutils.fs.r. The log file should be only one, right? There's no custom login. Where is my date? Colesk one. Spark.read.format CSV dot option equal to true dot load. What is your logger path? Let me execute. It will fail. See the file name, source path, the target path, source count, target count, and the execution time. Right. If you want, you can maintain the logger information also in your DBFS file. It will follow. I mean, you can initiate this process also, right? Custom logging, that each and every execution that object will create the logger file. From that logger file, we can go and check, right? Maybe you're not maintaining into the control table to capture the details. At least you can give the benefit to the, to your business or your customer, right? Each and every day, you can go and capture that information into the control log file, right? Correct. Maybe the latest 1 month, that old days file, if you want, you can go and delete, come up with some automation script to delete. I mean, maintain your retention period 1 month, right? That older 1 month files, you can go and delete. At least it will help out to maintain your logs information. Clear, right? How to maintain the log files. Every day, each and every object, one file will be created into the your custom logging folder, object wise. There is no hard coded, right? Right, everything you put dynamic, right? If you take any object, that object wise it will create, right?
Yes, bro.
Right. Let me execute for EMP tables inbound. We have the let me take sales underscore inventory, sales underscore inventory. Let me go and execute. What is the product primary keys? Sales underscore inventory. Let me go and execute. Sales underscore inventory. Source contract. Let me go and check the custom login, right? The custom login, you should create the two folders, right? Product, sales inventory. From the sales inventory, right, you will see the 10 number of dates because you're executing daily twice or daily once, right? Inside the data, you will see the report. If you want, you can delete the unwanted files, right? If you want, you can delete the unwanted files. The same logic you can use, right? The same logic you can reuse it to delete unwanted files. Then if you want, you can rename up to your wish. So in this way, we'll maintain the some logging information. Clear, right? Any doubts? The same we were inserted into ETL log table with the help of stored procedure, right? Instead of the stored procedure, but we are using the data frames, and in the ADF, right, the target is the table here, the target is the file system. But I don't want to maintain the data into that table, right? Maybe I want, let me maintain the data into that file system, right? You can maintain. Clear, right? Any doubts? Suresh, Jagadish, any doubts? Yes and no.
Yeah, we're just following your. That's it for now. We need to practice a lot.
I mean, this is useful, right? That
Yeah, obviously. I think I mean, the more logging we do, I think any issue comes in. I think it's root analysis is easy. Identify the issue.
Correct, right? Yeah. Because at least I mean, you should understand this STRF time. What is the importance of STRF time? Plus this logic also it will help out, right? The completion time. Even in your log also you can include this entry, right? End time also you can include if you want.
Yeah, but only one like I don't. It may be a stupid question, but first. See, when it comes to cloud and every stuff, what we do is everything is kind of money, right? Whatever we do. So by doing all these kind of loggings, and I mean, I'm pretty sure it won't increase much of it won't occupy much data, but still it won't be a problem, right? When it comes to storing this kind of additional stuff.
No, you can store into the Databricks file system, right? Because your default they had given the some space, right? DB Databricks, Azure Databricks. You're not writing this logging into data lake, right? Don't copy into the data lake because data lake is a business data, right? These logging will help out your technical people, not the business people, right?
Exactly. I mean, business can't do anything with this. If at
No
all
use,
there
right?
is any issues, only these things can be useful for us to identify any issue or
Correct.
root or something. Yeah.
Unless there is too much confusion also, in case if you capture these information to the data lake, too much confusion to business people. In case some downstream system, if they access the data, then happily you can capture into the Databricks file system. This is anyway free, right?
Okay. Okay.
If you want, you can maintain the logging in the Databricks file system.
Okay.
This
But at
is
the
for your
same time, like you
understanding.
mentioned, we can come up with some script or something to get rid of older files based on the retention period, what we decide. Yeah.
That's easy, right? I mean, then you can list out from the custom log that object wise, right? You'll put it into the globe, right? It will display the list of that information, right? Which is not equivalent to the specific dates, right? Then you can go and remove. Right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
You can go and remove that information. But forget about whether useful or not. And because I want to showcase this information, that importance. This is very, very important. Plus, each and every target you include loaded the basic, any ETL process, any data engineering process, any data loading, any migration. Basic, they will include the data and column, right, Suresh?
Yeah.
Any, if you observe any ERP system, basic the data is mandatory, right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
To include the data, we need the data functions, right? I mean, day by day, we're adding more functionality to this notebook, right? The single
Yeah.
shot will not include. Day by day, you improvise that. You will add the features to your code, right? Then you will talk about that advantage of your code is we're maintaining the logging also. The advantage we're maintaining the logging. Then here also you can implement one data retention logic also, right? The same notebook only you can implement, right? The same.
Yeah.
Notebook.
Okay. Okay. At the end of the book, probably we can get rid of the older ones. Okay.
Otherwise, you
Okay.
can schedule monthly ones. Your wish that everything if you include the single one, it would be easy, right? Daily it will
Yeah.
check, go and check, right? It will go and check. You should come up with some data.
It will log a new file, and based on retention period, it will get rid of the older files. Yeah.
Correct. Correct. And then you can include the retention period equal to 30 days or something. Then you can go
Yeah.
and compare it. You can go and compare. You can list out the dates information. This
The
logic
more
is
we
clear, right?
propose, yes, yes, it's good. Yeah.
So this is clear, right? To everyone, not only to Suresh, others, it's clear, right? I mean, no response means you're not scolding, right? Jiggish, you're very active.
Sir,
You're very active before start the class. After lagging, you're not active. You're very active, especially to disable firewalls.
no, sir. This
Disable the blog.
my net got an issue, sir. I was in a call, but nothing I was hearing. So I will have to see that notebook once, sir. And once I see that notebook, I will come back with questions, sir. Today only I'll ask you.
Okay, sure. Kiran,
I am
he's
good,
very
bro.
much interested in only C type 1. He's not worried about the login. Right,
No,
Kiran?
no, no, no. It's also
Anyway, I'll
important.
finish AC type 1. Don't worry. I'll finish AC type 1. Others, Uday, I think Uday is not active.
At least we can showcase all these things, right, Bala?
Right. Yeah.
Interest.
I mean, you can explain in detail what is the advantage of your dynamic notebook, what kind of information you're capturing. Right? Why should I maintain the data into the table? Let me maintain the data into the table. Always is a good option compared to the file system. But in case we want to add, you can showcase to maybe in your project the database restriction. They're not providing the access. Right? They said we don't want to implement the logic. What is the alternative file system? Right?
Yes.
The Suresh raised a valid point, right? Again, the cost. Why should I do each and every information? I need to hit the database, right? If the cost is very much, still I want to compromise, right? I want to control, not compromise. I want to control my cost. That easy way, Databricks file system. I mean, always from the Databricks point of view, you can entertain your logs into Databricks file system. Don't dump the data into your Azure system, right? Into your Azure system. Right. Unnecessarily, why should I call my Azure data lake or blob system? Anyway, already we have the Databricks file system. Right? Here also we can do, right?
Yes.
Here also we can. Anyway, this is dedicated for you only, right? For your ETL engineering or data engineering, right? Only this is the dedicated workspace for you only. Nobody will delete, right?
Yeah.
Right? Nobody will. This is your system only, right? This is your system. Because here in this example count is same. If I'm executing for next annual file, right, the count it will not match because from but post completion of the target, read the data from the target count where load date equal to that execution time or something, right? Then you will get the right count. Otherwise, always see that inconsistency data, source count versus target count, both are not equivalent. This is your entire target count. Select count of star from target. This is only select count of star from source. This is delta. This is entire your target. Always it will mismatch. If you want to take the latest one, select count of star from target where the load date equal to your start time. Then only we see the right data. Means after loading the target, then again you have to read the data from the target. You have to add the dot filter load date equal to that variable. Then only you will see the right count details. Otherwise, you will see that inconsistency because I'm taking the target count, the df underscore merge. From the df underscore merge, I'm taking them a target count. In case we don't have any doubts, shall I give some 10 minutes break? 10-15 minutes break?
Yes, bro.
Yeah, we'll
We
connect
will
to
stop
10
here only, bro.
Sorry?
We'll stop here only for today.
No, we'll continue that AC type 1 and type 2. We'll finish. It will not take more time.
Okay, bro.
Because Kiran wants to finish AC type 1, type 2 today only. Because he's having
Okay,
interview.
Okay, sure.
It will not take more time. The same logic, we'll add 2-3 steps. That's it. We'll add 2-3 steps. We'll generate the sequence number. In between, we'll add 2-3 steps. The same notebook only. We'll add in between 2-3 steps. Okay. Suresh, is it okay, right? Suresh, for you. It's not too late, right?
No, that's fine, Sumant. Just only one day. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks. Right. Let me recall. Okay, let me disconnect and I will call after 10 o'clock. Okay. We'll connect sharp 10. Okay. In the meantime, you can finish your breakfast or dinner. Okay. Thanks.
Thanks.
you.